Welcome to your 24 days of yoga. This is your day 6 and day 18, and we're going to be focusing on the hamstrings and IT bands. So let's get started. To begin, we're going to sit down on our knees with the toes tucked under just for a moment. And take a big breath in as you stretch the arms up overhead. And once you've done that, we're going to take the right arm behind you, left arm forward. Just take a big stretch and reach across the body with your left arm, starting to open up through the spine, through the hips just a bit. And then inhale again, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, twist the other direction. Pulling on just a bit again through the spine. Rise up once more, stretch, and then we'll come off the toes. Untuck them a little bit and then step forward with your right foot coming up to your right thumb. So we'll come from here and then you can slide the knee back or the right foot forward to then press the hips, and at first keep your whole foot down in the front, in the right side, and stretch through the right leg as we extend the chest. So you're trying to push the toes down as you extend through the front leg. Lift the chest slightly. And now go ahead and shift the hips back slightly as you pull the toes upward, and see how far you can pull the toes to now flex up through the back of the hamstrings. We'll drop the foot forward one more time and then just shift the knee forward and stretch through the hips as we press back, once again lengthening the front leg, the right leg, as the whole foot stays down. Good, now plant your left fingertips to the mat. Think about pulling your right hip crease back. You're going to twist through the torso, keep pointing the toes, reach back, and then stretch your right hand behind you. I'm just getting a little twist now through the right leg. Just feeling a subtle stretch now coming up through the outside of the hip. All right, then we'll come forward, release your right hand down, and step your right foot back. We'll go ahead and go the other way. So the left foot will come forward to the left hand, and again, we can wiggle one way or the other. Plant the whole foot down again, and now push the hips back. So we're starting to straighten the left leg this time, the front leg, and then press the chest upward. So we're creating a nice long line. Good, from here now roll back to the heel, shift the hips back, and we're gonna flex the toes towards you. Feel that shift of the stretch as you're pulling back now up through the hamstrings a bit further. Then to release, we'll come forward, just slightly bend into the front knee as you drop the foot, release the hip for a moment, and then we'll extend back one more time, again keeping the toes down. Now pull the left hip crease back as you start to rotate, pushing into your right hand, and then twist toward the left leg as you reach the left hand backward. Good, keep pressing the left toes down. And then we'll exhale, release, bringing the hands to the mat, and then step back once again. Tuck the toes under and just sit back hips to heels for a moment. So really stretching through the feet and ankles. And then really walk the hands forward so you're stretched out quite far. And then we'll lift the hips up, exhale, coming into a downward facing dog. So with your down dog, you're really gonna push into the shoulders or push into the hands. Now, since we're looking at trying to open up the hamstrings, we're gonna try to straighten as much as you can through the legs. So soften the heels and ankles, kind of maybe bounce around a little bit. Now let's see if you can simultaneously push through the hands and then drop the heels as you lengthen the legs, and think about pulling your kneecaps up toward your hip bones. Good, keep breathing here. Then we'll rise up on the tiptoes and you're gonna step forward. So just try to push little baby steps, walking up to the top of your mat. As you come up, bring the feet just underneath the hips, round down, release the spine, and fold forward. So you can soften the knees as best as you can or as much as you like so that you can release and fold forward and just feel weightless in it. Now go ahead and cross your right leg behind your left. So the right foot's going to come around, and so your pinky toes are reaching toward one another. The right leg is our back leg, and you're going to lengthen that as far as you can. So working towards straight on there. The left knee in front, we'll keep it bent. So just bend it as much as you need, as much as you like, and then see as much as you can fold forward. So you're really feeling that stretch coming through the outer hip on the right side. And just breathe. Okay, we'll go ahead and release. Right foot comes back, and now we'll switch that. So left foot crosses behind right. Again, the pinky toes are reaching toward one another. So left leg is in the back. Left leg is working toward straight, and you can bend the right knee, which is in the front, and we'll fold forward. On the left side as well, try to push your big toe down. You might find yourself rolling to the outer edge, but we're going to try to drop in into the arch. Feel a little bit more of a stretch. And then don't forget the breath. All right, then we'll unwind again. Just softly loosen through the legs and back again. And then we'll take a giant step back with the left foot. So big step back, and you're gonna drop your whole foot or your whole heel to the ground. Now fingertips to the floor, and you're going to push and extend through your front leg, which is your right leg here, just as far as you can. So we're gonna try to lengthen, and then you can fold the torso down. So trying to have both legs straight, but definitely have your back leg straight, and then we'll work to getting straighter with the front leg. All right, so now think about pulling your hip, your right hip, back a little bit in space. So you're trying to draw the hip bone back. Now we want to keep that angle, and you're going to shift forward. Go ahead and push up on your back toes. Keep your left hand down. So it's going to replace where your left foot was. And we're just going to lift your back leg slightly. Don't worry about how high it is. You're going to extend through your standing leg and see if you can twist your torso toward the right leg so you're feeling that big stretch on the outer bit of your right hip. One more breath here. And then slowly release your back heel down. And then we're going to take one more twist. So your right hand's going to come to the sky as best as you can to open up toward your front leg. Deep breath in. And then we'll exhale, return right hand down, step the left foot forward. If you want to give anything a little bit of a shake or a release, go for it. And then we will do the same on the left side now. So take a big step back with your right foot, heel to the mat. Now extend through the front leg. Your fingertips will come to the mat. So as straight as you can, and then fold the torso forward. Again, remember that the back leg is straight, and we're working on straightening the front leg. So now think about the left hip crease, and you're going to pull the hip crease back in space, rotating the pelvis just slightly. Feel that extra stretch. And now remember to keep it there. We're going to shift our weight forward. Right hand will be on the mat. So again, replacing the right foot. And we're going to slowly lift the back leg, so your right leg. Try to lengthen the standing leg. Of course, balance is a big challenge. We're going to twist the torso as best as we can to the left leg and feel that big stretch up the outside of your left hip. One more breath, we're almost there. And then release your right foot down. We'll re-bend into the front knee, and now twist one more time, lifting the left hand up to the sky. Good, just about there. And then we'll release down. Step back forward with your right foot. Loosen everything around. And we just have one more. You're gonna take a big giant step back just so you can see where you're going. Toes will come in toward one another and just exhale, dive your torso forward. Round everything down, release the body. Just feel that nice big stretch to the back side of the body one more time. Deep breath in. And then what we'll do is softly bend the knees and roll the body upwards. So you're rounding the spine, coming all the way up to standing. And just take a nice big stretch and reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And a big exhale. Down to the heart. That was challenging, but 10 minutes for your hamstrings and IT bands. See you tomorrow.